All right, what's up? Welcome to the Gossip Intellectual Podcast with me, Royce Wynn, where we talk about sports, entertainment, politics. It's been a crazy week. Things are wild. But first off, how are you? Good. Do you ever say bad? I've been being honest. My life is in shambles, pretty much. But glad you're doing well. Hope you're doing okay. We're staying above water. I did figure out a job situation, and we're going to take it from there. We're going to move forward from that. I have been feeling a little discouraged. TikTok has not. It's going good, but it's not going fast enough. And you're just like, okay, another good post. Okay, only 100 followers. All right, only 500,000 more to go. So, I don't know. I do like the feedback that I get sometimes. I can be controversial. I say the truth, particularly with gender wars. But you know what? I got low-key canceled. The gender wars thing, I knew that was coming. The other thing, it was about the Crumble CEO adopting a black baby. And I thought people would be on my side. And everybody was mad at me, black women especially. And I was like, I was sticking up for y'all. But they did not like what I said. But I stand by it. Okay, like blue magic. Got low-key canceled on TikTok. And so I was like, you know what? It is good to take baby steps so you can see how people are. And I was like, man, I kind of understand the celebrity side. And it's just like once they smell blood and want to take you out, they just seethe in it. They enjoy it. They just want to just pile on. And I don't know, TikTok has to have a thing where you can turn off comments or something, because it was like 500 comments for each post where I got low-key canceled. And it's just people saying the same thing. And they're just trying to hurt you and take you out. I mean, I don't care. That's why it is good to speak your truth. Because if you're not saying the truth, which we'll talk about later, I don't know. I guess it has to be more painful to put out a fake thought or persona for views or for money and still get attacked. That I don't know how people live like that. Like, at least I can go to bed at night knowing, like, I said my piece and I said what I thought and felt in my soul. By the way, I'm talking about other people's lives. I don't care that much, right? Particularly the last thing with the gender war thing is like, no, I put a camera to my face, walked out my front door, was going to get my coffee, and just said a funny opinion because I just knew I had a lot. It was just a funny thing. It was an awkward thing. But people were like, why do you care so much? I don't. I don't care that much. I wish everybody in that situation the best. Unless it's like something harmful or something really serious. I care more about, what this administration is doing that's really harming people's lives. That's the stuff I'm really passionate about, or people not caring about human beings and humanity. That's the stuff where it's like that. I'll go back and forth with people about, but the other stuff is just like, whatever. It's just for fun. But I don't know. People get really fake offended. They're not really offended. They don't really care, which is the crazy thing about cancel culture. They're fake angry. But it's good to see that before you get to a certain point. And even some of like the bigger people I follow, you just watch anything they say. It's just like people just make up stuff. You read the comments, they're just making up opinions. And somebody said about me, he never has anything positive to say. I'm like, what? You don't even know me. You don't know that because I say a lot of positive things. So it's wild out here. So obviously this has been a big week with the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. And, I was just like, this guy is not the white MLK. And then I had a couple, I guess, Charlie Kirk fans. And I was just explaining to her, like, why he's not the white MLK. She commented, like, 4 times, long paragraphs. And I did videos responding to her because I didn't want to type it out. And then eventually it got to the point she was like, why are you attacking me? Leave me alone. I'm like, sis, you came to my page and my comments. I didn't even yell. I didn't call you out your name. I calmly responded to what you said because I just didn't want to leave those comments out there unresponsive and acting like what she was saying made sense. And then I said, this is why I don't respond to people. People just are talking. It's just talking. If it's a private page, if it's not a person with a real picture and actually does videos of themselves, please. So yeah, but I do like the comments when people are like, thank you so much. Somebody said Black Talk is keeping me sane. So I was like, you know what? I want to add some positivity, some sanity to what's going on in this world, in this administration. So I was like, I'm going to go harder with everything I see because it's just so much brainwashing and propaganda, and you need people to make sense of it and talk in a sensible way. And everybody kind of talks like the podcast they listen to. And I was like, well, the podcasts I listen to are smart and they make sense. So I'm going to listen to what they say and I'm going to say it in a dumber way. At least somebody will grab onto it and, feel some sense of safety and, I don't know, calmness. Taking Stephen Colbert out the way, Mark Maron's leaving. Is like, who's left? Me! No, but yeah, I feel the same way when I go to people's certain pages. I'm like, thank you for saying that. Thank you for making sensitive. Thanks for calling this out. And on the opposite end, it's frustrating to see people say certain things or, hold up thought processes or values that are just simply wrong. And Charlie Kirk was polarizing. And I just think you can say what happened to him was wrong and not deserving, but also call out the things that he talked about were not right. And so when you see people trying to act like this guy was helpful to society and to the world, that's frustrating, especially when it's people with a voice and with power. And, you've got videos of people calling out all the celebrities that are saying the wrong thing. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. That's the growth for this week. This book I got has been really helpful. It's helped me deal with regret and other demons. So I don't know, what was the last thing I read? It was talking about this man that was ill and this wife who said she didn't really tell him about his full illness. And the guy was like, well, you know what? She's he was a smart guy. He probably knew his illness was pretty bad by what was happening to him, and that just gave me some perspective about some of the things I regret or didn't do, didn't say, or the way I went about things. It's just like, you know what? People give people more credit. People are smarter. People aren't holding it against you, and people are just proud to see you keep going. So don't forget that. Obviously, thankful for being healthy. Read stories all the time about people that just got bad luck. I read a story about a 21-year-old lost her life to cancer. So always happy for that, and try to do the best I can with what I got. All right, let's start the podcast. I guess, yes, since we start talking about Jimmy Kimmel, we'll talk about that. Okay, so this Jimmy Kimmel suspension, suppressing of freedom of speech has been going wild for good reason. This is the most egregious abuse of power that we've seen from Trump. This one really got under my skin. I guess because I'm a comic. I guess somewhere deep in my soul, I'm just like, let me say what I want to say. So what happened was, if you haven't heard, Jimmy Kimmel made a joke. It was more about, to me, the shooter and finger pointing and Trump's response to the situation. He said MAGA's trying to make this about anything more than them. And then he said Trump is taking it well, and then it shows Trump like talking about one of his new buildings. Okay, so the right, first of all, the right has been snitching all week, trying to get people fired for talking about Charlie Kirk, which is just crazy because we've all been talking about how they have been the party of free speech and saying what you want to say. And now y'all are looking up people's jobs to get them fired. Like people working at print shops are getting fired because they don't want to print your Charlie Kirk flyers, whatever. So it just looks super hypocritical. Now I can understand if somebody of I don't know, status, writer, opinion is saying, thank God Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. I can understand that. Okay. But that hasn't been happening. People have more been talking about his ideals. This opinion writer for the Washington Post directly quoted him. And it's just like, if you're talking about the person and the man he was as a whole, you should not be fired. Jimmy Kimmel is a satirist, and I think this shows how important the job of comedians, writers, people who speak in the media is, to bring light to the situation through comedy. I mean, you guys want SNL to make fun of the administration when they're messing up on both sides. And so that's what he was attempting to do, and he didn't celebrate the death. So now they're saying he lied. I mean, he's going for a joke. So I don't know, like, how. I mean, he insinuated, yes, that maybe the guy was on part of MAGA, but it's still just a joke. And if you feel like, I don't know, you're breaking some FCC rule, all you should do, I think, is get fined or sued, right? So there's no way the FCC chairman should get involved. The show should be suspended indefinitely. But he didn't say anything bad about Charlie Kirk's family. So then they're saying to get back on the air, he has to apologize to Charlie Kirk's family and then donate to Turning Point, which basically, I'm sure stood for a lot of things that Jimmy Kimmel didn't stand for. And I was like, that's not going to work. First of all, he's rich as hell. He's a comic. So the last thing a comic wants to do is apologize for a joke that wasn't heinous. And he has apologized before. I think he apologized for doing blackface, but I don't think he really wanted to, but eventually he did. But that was by the people. Now, if the people want to cancel you, that's fine. If people don't want to watch you, that's fine. But there's no way the FCC should get involved. Now, watch somebody else from the FCC who works with this guy. So this guy, the head of the FCC, was appointed by Trump. And then I think he went on a podcast afterwards and said we could do this the hard way or the easy way. And then pretty much they got exposed, and everybody's saying basically these guys are all trying to merge these huge broadcasting companies. I think with the Jimmy Kimmel situation, it was Sinclair. With the Stephen Colbert situation, it was I think a company called Nexstar. But basically they own a bunch of stations all around the country. They want to own more stations and make billions of dollars, but these deals can't get approved without the FCC. So if the FCC is not happy and they weren't certain things done, Trump controls the FCC. He can block these mergers and stuff. So basically that's why they took Jimmy Kimmel down, which is crazy. All right, the word was capitulate. I heard capitulate 50 times. They capitulated. So they said he met with Disney executives. They said Bob Iger capitulated, which I'm not surprised. I mean, he did stand up to the Florida DeSantis. DeSantis, I don't know, DeSantis, I think. And I think that they went back and forth about Disney World or something, but I think Bob Iger won that one. But when I saw how he treated the actors, I was like, ugh. And then he did a fake interview when they were doing the boycott, when the writers and actors stopped working. And he showed his true colors, and he's just a coward billionaire like the rest of them. I wasn't surprised he became a coward billionaire to this situation, because it's going to create a lot of problems. And supposedly, because before he's called out, if I can remember, Bob Iger has called out Trump. Maybe it was just DeSantis. But either way, DeSantis is of the same mindset as Trump. So now all of a sudden he's bending the knee so he can get his business done in the billions of dollars. And these guys are all already rich. All these people are rich. And they can all be on the right side of history if they want to be. But they're choosing money over people. They're choosing money over what's right. They said the Disney executives didn't think what Jimmy Kimmel said was that bad. So it's just really, really, really sad to see somebody getting pushed out over behind the scenes, a president who wants to control media. And then some people are saying in the past, this is how crazy leaders have done things, and this is how it starts. But this is huge. And we're all thinking the same thing. We're like, if they're going to take down Jimmy Kimmel, then none of us are going to be able to say anything. So the time right now is now to stand up, boycott. Yes, 100%. take away your Hulu subscription, your Disney subscription. This is why I say, you guys, you got to pay attention and watch the news, because it's going to affect you. 90% of kids want to be influencers these days. So if it starts now at the top, this is affecting you. This is affecting your career for the future. You're not going to be able to have your media career and act like you want and say like you want, and then people can attack you because they feel emboldened by what's going on, and they're being backed by people on the wrong side of history. So right now is the time that we all need to band together and scare the hell out of these people. I forgot his name. Hassan, the Twitch dude, was saying these people are cowards. I've always said that. They're beholden to the money. So they will back down if they see the people turning on them. You guys, I did all this research and I forgot. And if it's about to lie, let's be honest, Fox News lies all the time. They say untruthful things all the time. Everybody's pointing out, what's the name? Kilmeade, who said you should euthanize the homeless if they don't want to get help. Okay, that's actually talking about death and killing. And he was dead serious. He wasn't even joking. And nothing happened to that guy. So yeah, the propaganda is real. I just saw the Cardinal. Okay, Cardinal Timothy Dolan said Charlie Kirk is a modern day St. Paul. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, they don't even care. He's just showing his colors. He's on Fox News. And this is a guy who's part of the powerful Catholic Church who has influence over millions of people. Now, somebody reported he's a scumbag. In 2007, Cardinal Timothy Dolan, the Archbishop, requested permission from the Vatican to move nearly $57 million into a cemetery trust fund to protect the assets from victims of clergy SA who are demanding compensation. Just even white men in the church at the highest of highest. So I don't know what this dude was thinking. Well, obviously he got paid. He likes money. He likes to get paid off. But it's just more propaganda and trying to whitewash this guy into the history books. And that's all I was going back and forth with this girl about. I was like, he is not an MLK. He did not bring people together. He did not change voting laws. Okay, he was a media personality who had a following, who helped people get elected. The difference between a leader and having a following is different. He was a influencer who talked a lot of ish, a slick talker, a college dropout, by the way, that went to colleges to argue with people for a living. Now, Candace Owens, which I don't know how much you want to listen to her, says his thoughts were changing and he was pressured by some, I don't know, Israel big bosses, some guy named Bill Ackman. And maybe they had something to do with this. I don't know. That's her thing. And you talk about how this guy started his career. He was recruited and scouted out. He was in community college, which I don't. That says a lot at the same time. It's like, you know what? But he was talented. He could debate good enough. So basically this billionaire, Bill Montgomery, hired him to start his company Turning Point. Turning Point got big. They brought Candace Owens uh, and they were just pushing this right wing propaganda. And I was arguing with the girl online, and she was saying she believes in marrying one man and maybe not abortion. I'm like, those are two issues. Okay, look at the whole picture. I just saw another clip of somebody said they voted for Donald Trump because of fossil fuel. It's just like, are you looking at the whole picture? And it just blows my mind. I just don't understand how you could vote for this guy a second or third time and think everything was going to be okay. Like, why did you think that? It was a disaster the first time he was president, but I don't know. I just don't know, man. Just intelligent, educated, people with good jobs, farmers. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's the best I could do with this. But we got to speak facts. We got to speak truth. And we have to talk about what this person really stood for, despite what happened to him, or else it's just going to be like this fake history and this fake information running around in people's heads. And you got the lady coming on my page saying ridiculous stuff. But I think over time, when you really break it down and you really look into it, nobody's going to say this guy was some type of a martyr, unless you're in some type of cult. And, you can barely save those people. So shout out to Jimmy Kimmel for standing up for media comics. He said F you. He did not do the apology. He did not donate the money. They tried to treat him like he was Kyrie Irving. And it's a big deal. They're trying to make an example out of him. They're like, look, if we can do this to him, none of y'all have any say so. So definitely a scare tactic, a fear tactic. Shout out to the people that are calling this out. The Jake Tappers, the lady from the FCC. Who's the lady that is always calling out the tech bros? Kara something. Kara Swisher. She's calling them out. So you need that. For the people that are somewhat open-minded or, I don't know, you just got to have the right information out there, man. And, sorry. This is Ghetto Productions here. Lights are going out. Phone is falling. Or else these people, they'll just run wild. He's just going to run wild, just saying whatever. They don't care about truth. They've never cared about truth. But they'll just find any angle they can. With the Roseanne thing, when I looked into it, I was like, the difference was it was a direct assault on a specific person. But you could argue she was making a mean joke. But also that was not that was a company, so a company can do what they want. It wasn't the president using the power of the FCC to take out somebody. So, all right, let's move on to something more fun. Okay, so Cardi B released her album today, and I was impressed. Shout out to Cardi B for putting belt to ass. Album is hard. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little down on Cardi B. I was like, great personality, mid rapper, but the first song she just came in with that bully energy. Rode the beat hard. Flow was hard. Clever punchlines. I kept looking back like Canelo. Remember when Canelo was getting hit by what's the name of the last fight, and he just kept looking at him like, "Did you really just hit me like that?" That's how I kept looking like, "Did Cardi really just say that?" It was a vibe, dog. I zoned out. I listened to about 12, 13 songs, 25 songs, but from the intro, Summer Walker sounded great, had you mesmerized, locked in. You know, I was beefing with Summer Walker over how she treated Brooklyn Frost, but F it, she sounded good on this album. Right now, I'm back cool with Summer Walker. The beef's over. Hello. Beat was hard. Instant head bob. Hello. Was feeling it. And you know, I believe everything she's saying in the interviews. I'm going to go back and watch the interviews. Sometimes it's hard for me to watch interviews with celebrities because I feel like they're just selling and they're full of shit. But I really believe her now. After listening to it, she's just a person that puts effort in. I think I talked about that with another album that wasn't good. And you can, probably Drake. You can always hear when the effort's not there, but she really took her time, and you could tell she's telling the truth. She slept late in the studio. She really studied, and it shows. Like, everything is just crisp, on point, together. And I'm inspired. I'm inspired like when she first came out. This is definitely better than your last album. This is your best work, Cardi, for sure. And, you know, just her story, who she is, her spirit really shows on this album. And you become a believer again. So all the scrutiny she's dealt with, people are going to forget. People are going to forget quick. So I can't wait to listen to this for the next couple of days on the train and stuff. Yeah, Magnet, she was just really rapping. Good flow. I was like, oh, she really rapping. Like, It's just a pop. She's in the pocket. Selena Gomez sounded good. It just made me, this other album of a man I can't mention, but he put an album together and everybody sounded good, and it was like 25 songs. It's just pure bliss. And I think Cardi did the same thing. So I understand where she got the imaginary players, because she was just talking slick, just smooth, clever raps. And so I think that's the zone she was in. So that's why she went with imaginary players, because we were all just like, what? Why imaginary players? But I get it now. Bodega Baddies, like a fun little, Latino roots record. She just hopped in. What's the song with Megan Thee Stallion? Is that vibe? But she just jumped in it like double dutch and just rode. The Beast, Safe, that's like the first vulnerable song on the record. So I think that maybe alluded to what she was looking for, or Stephon Diggs. Man of Your Word, obviously she's giving us the tea a little bit of what happened with Offset. So those were the songs where I just kind of wrote notes to. But I just enjoyed it, man. It's good. It's good. She's really talking that ish, making me laugh. Making fun of her haters. It's just bossy. It's just that Bronx bossy behavior. It's really like I come from sports, so just star players, just give me the ball, dog, and let me talk, dog. Yeah, she did that. Right now, I give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, man. I didn't believe her. I didn't think it was gonna be that good, but she really took her time. So I don't know why they're not giving her the budget. Give her all the budget, everything. This is good. you're gonna be proud of this when you look back at it 5 to 10 years from now. Um, that was the other thing. I was like, there's so many features. But yeah, whoever she was working with, whoever produced it, put the album together, they knew what they were doing. And congratulations to Cardi B. Okay, so this D4 VD situation, just wanted to mention. So apparently, this girl, I think she was 15, found in the singer D4 VD's Tesla, abandoned Tesla, I guess in a junkyard or something. Her body was in pieces. And I think her name was Celeste. And so people, somehow they connected Celeste to him. I forgot. But the big thing was like they had the same tattoo, SHH, on their fingers. And then people are seeing videos of them hanging out together. So they're like, she's dating. But originally the police had not ruled him a suspect because he was on tour out of town when she went missing. She went missing a couple of months ago. And then they said her parents and I think teachers said she was dating a guy named David. This guy's name is David. Now, I never heard of this guy. I guess he was a big streamer turned musician. And I did know his song Here With Me. I think it got really big on TikTok. He did a TikTok of how he came up with it. Now, some people are saying the song is with her, but people always do that. They just, once something happens, they start connecting the records. So this is pretty wild. All right, but people are just like, when they were hanging out on streaming stuff, he was 19, she was 13. So that's a crime. And so people are speculating maybe she got pregnant. And they said she was like running away, like sneaking out of the house to hang with this guy. Another guy, if you just look on TikTok, seems like a fun, nice guy. He's just a weirdo and crazy. And it's looking like he uses money and power to get rid of this girl to save his career. Just a crazy Hollywood story. And so like they reopened him as a suspect, I guess. And they went, sorry about the police sound. They went to his house and, taking blood samples, looking for hair samples, everything. And obviously he's canceled his tour. He's supposed to do LA and San Francisco. So this is just wild. So this is this is a new Epstein, the new R&B singer Epstein. I don't know, man. That's wild. 13's that's young. When you're 19, that's young. I can understand, people in their 20s, maybe somebody 6 years younger, but 13, I mean, that person's not even in high school yet, pretty much, or barely in high school. So, yeah, some weird artist kink. So this is going to the big story. Before it was just on TikTok, and now it's starting to reach all over. And this thing is it's going to be huge. This is a huge downfall of a guy who had it all. And, did some weird stuff, some cruel, heinous stuff, possibly to young girls. So. This is good for Drake. But yeah, D4 VD is looking like he's not like us. All right. That's it. you guys have heard about Kash Patel fumbled this whole case. He's been brought in front of Congress. He had a hearing. Just to mention that real quick. And he said he's going to release the Epstein files after pressure. Trump got mad about that. So a lot of people saying Kash Patel's about to be gone. Plus, he looked bad. He announced that they found the person. They didn't find the person. These text messages are looking fake. Everybody's like, the FBI wrote these text messages. Gen Z don't talk like that. There's no bros. There's no word, bruh. This is crazy, bruh. None of that. And the text message said, "My love, look underneath your table, my love. I left you a note." This is written like a romantic comedy. So yeah, Patel's about to be out of there. So that's what's going on with that. All right, man. Yeah, so keep trying. Keep doing your thing. Have a good weekend. Enjoy these last couple of weeks of summer. It was like cold for a couple of days. I was like, okay, fall is here. Then I was like, wearing my sweatpants or jogging pants. Then boom, got hot again. I was like, okay, back to t-shirts and shorts. Okay. I'm enjoying it. The girls are still walking around walking dogs. So it's just like, Brooklyn is crazy, dog. It's just within my neighborhood, there's just dime pieces everywhere. It's insane. But yeah, go for a walk. See the sights. Enjoy. All right, man. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening. This is Gossip and Alexa with Royce Wynn. Bye.